Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be. Shield Destroyer. So this one's going to be just a little bit of advice, some facts, and a little bit of help. So let's start with the facts, right? And so you've got 2.5, 3 years of a back cold, right, where it's been a depression, right? But everyone's cheering it, right? You've got a world war on your doorstep, right? And at the same time, you've got a massive increase in the cost of living, even though it was way above greedy before, right? And for the last 3 years, probably, people could probably put it up against war. There'll be different reasons why this is more terrible than the times when they were in war, though. We'd hope that we could say that it wasn't quite as bad. It would be better to be put through a war, through what we've been through for 3 years, right, than a war. But when you think about it, all the fear porn, the taxes, the stealing of your money, the fines, the points, the insurance that's now going up, the life of a slave, right, has been going on since you were born, and certainly since 2001 they've kept you in fear, they've made you do awful things, and right now they're even telling you the starter of a war is government, right? But every fucking deadhead out there will tell me it's a crazy man called Putin, right? They won't tell me it's the government. They won't acknowledge that they have a government, because that's why, isn't it? If they admit that government is fucking dangerous, right? Dangerous to the point where they threaten to blow whole countries up, right? They mass murder, right? Then why are you still all fucking cheering these stupid clowns, right? But of course, in the ignorance of mankind today, they prefer to cheer the absolute disgraces based on their monetary value and the way they speak, right? If you want to sound posh, right, what I suggest you do is learn 10 big words, right? 10 words that normal people just don't use, and when you do use them you sound like a prick, right? And then once you've learnt those 10 words, keep saying them and make sure you do your O's correctly. Make sure you turn your mouth and make sure your words are pronounced correctly, and make sure you can say some really, really nice big words to confuse the idiots. Then the idiots will believe that you're better than them, right? And that's all they're teaching at schools. They teach them how to talk, right? They teach them how to talk, and then they give you the impression that, hey, look at him, he's so clever. They give you the appeasers tests, right, and give you A levels because you appeased the teacher, you appeased mummy and daddy, you appeased the university professor. Now you're going to appease the corporation, right? So it's not just the stupid people who don't speak posh. The posh themselves are just as stupid, of course, because they are in complete denial as well. The majority are being used, right? The big majority are being used. People in high positions are often being used. Sure, they're scumbags because they're staying quiet. They know a lot more. And they know what they're doing is deceitful, right? But they're not going to rock the boat. Trust me, they're not going to rock the boat, right? They're getting paid highly. They're living a better life, right? And by rocking the boat, they're going to have some, threats and some very dangerous people after them. So they're not going to rock the boat, right? And this comes down and down and down the fucking ladder to the checkout girl in fucking Tesco's, of course. Because now she's got to pay a flat that's way overpriced. She's running a car that's way overpriced, and she's got a child, and the food's way overpriced. Right now she's struggling to feed him, but everyone's still hailing the fucking liars, the one who keeps putting us all through this. and all acting like everybody's better than everyone else based on what car they drive. I think today, isn't it really? I'm seeing all these big, like, I think they must be paying more for that car per month than they are their house. Although, you know, the housing is obviously very expensive, as is everything else right now. But it's all to keep up with the Joneses, right? Yeah, you prefer to live in a one-bedroom house and a lovely, you know, well, I don't know, 3-bedroom with, you know, you squeeze in, right, so you can afford the other things that make you look good, right? That make you feel like you're somebody, right? Rather than just fucking start fighting, right? Because this fucking, if this is your children's future, if you can't see that government are the fucking problem by now, you're as blind and as dumb as the fucking bat that you believe you can capture gold from, right? And that's a fact. Absolutely, 100% a fact. The fact that there's so many adults that pretend to care, that pretend to be intelligent, are still pretending, right, is putrefying to somebody like me, to be quite frank, right? And the mental problem with humanity today is very fucking frightening. The fact that they are too weak, too scared to acknowledge the truth, right? Because it's better to keep your head buried in the sand. And however people are doing that, right, and the majority are, because nobody wants to rock the boat, nobody wants to be that one, right, is beyond belief for me, right? But we have to watch it, right? We have to watch it, we have to keep talking, we have to keep getting told to shut up when we do, we have to, you know, battle, right? And then everyone else just allows it and watches it, right? It's like, where is the courage, people, right? Where's the concern? You know, they get on you concerned about fucking, what is it? What's the latest CC? Climate change, right? Oh my God, that's your next fear now. You can see it, can't you? But then again, they're probably just stringing that one till the World War III starts, right? What happens when World War III starts? Too late, isn't it? Too late to say anything when they're fucking bombing your children, people. But hey, it's not them. We're saving the other crazy government, right? It's the other crazy government. It's not our crazy government. It's not the American crazy government. It's not the fucking French crazy government, no. Rich men, super rich men, controlling all the corporations by employing polytricksters, right, to lead the sheep, without a shadow of doubt, right? But that's fact. You know, most of the fucking idiots in this country don't even know their Prime Minister's first name, and yet they still walk around like they're intelligent and like they know something that's going on in the real world. But nobody seems to think that that's important, right? It's just beyond people, right? But I'm fucking leaving this shit scene, right? I'm letting you all get on with it, because I'm gonna go and concentrate on me, mate. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be doing I'm gonna know what's coming, right? And I'm gonna know how to fucking dodge these motherfuckers. I'm doing it, right? And none of you listened. Well, not you know, we're not talking to people in who's listening to it. Probably all the people on this are listening, right? But you know, the majority have just ignored, right? Ignored. They're even too scared, right? Even when they see that I'm not paying bills, right? To decide that they're going to do that themselves, people, right? And that's a fact, right? So they're literally seeing, because they're so tied to the system, right? They've committed, right? They've committed so strongly, whether it's through finance, through religion, through, you know, their mortgage, their loans, their job, whatever it is, right? They're all committed. They're totally fucking committed to the system. And they've put all their bets on the system, right? And they're not willing to suddenly, you know, lose their bets. And that's what it is, isn't it? That's not giving, what is it? You're not willing to sacrifice. That's what it is with these people, right? And how many out there have fought, sacrificed fucking everything, right? But they're not willing to sacrifice fucking anything to stand up and change things, right? Because it starts with you. You know, I knew I had to change, because how could I expect everybody else to? I knew I had to do what I would said. Well, I'm not going to say do this, right, and not do it. I'm going to show you first. I'm going to do it rather than just say do it, right? I'm going to prove it because I'm going to have to test it because I don't know. I can't say it works, right? I'm not going to lie to you and say this will work and let you go running into something, right? So I have to do it first. And then I tell you, bang, this is what I'm doing, right? But people aren't interested, right? They still prefer to wham at ya, scram at ya, wham at ya, bam at ya because they know, deep down they know, don't they? They feel the guilt when you talk. They know that, I'm open with everybody, people, you know what I mean? I'm just open, man. I don't want to fucking lie. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to protect their feelings. If they've done things and I say how bad it is of people to do things, right? And they've done them things, then, that's for them to deal with, right? But at least by being open and talking about such things and telling people what you think, rather than having to creep around and lie and pretend, right? At least that makes sure that if they have done it, they're going to think about it now, right? They're going to consider whether they think they've done wrong or not. They're going to judge themselves, right? And that's what they should be doing anyway. Everybody needs to judge themselves, right? They've even given you the judges, which are liars as well. There's no such thing as a judge. If he's got the right to judge me and there's another man saying that he's got the right to judge me, then I've got the right to judge both of those men. Do you understand? But of course there's no fucking man that's telling a judge, because there's no living beings within the legally system, right? So there's no men, it's all just fictions, dead fictions at that, right? But you explain that to people, and for some reason it's too advanced for them to see how simple that is and a fact it is, or for some reason they just don't find that at all interesting, or think that it has any amount of impact on their own lives, right? Let alone their children's. Facts. But as I say, right, people will never come back to me and tell me why I'm wrong, right? And this is why I put out the facts, right? Because when you put out facts, people can't come back and tell you why you was wrong, right? And if people say to me now, well, you didn't learn 10 words and show us them to sound posh, I'll say, yeah, but I don't want to sound posh, right? I'm not learning 10 words and then showing you if you do your O's and, you say 10 posh words or long words, that's why they change all the drugs, right? So they're not going to tell you, oh yeah, you're taking fucking acid, right? You know what I mean? They're going to give you long names, and all the doctors know the names, and they make the names sound posh, right? Like what does that fucking word mean? Really long and complicated words, right? But as long as you can learn them, which is the main teaching in the posh schools, really, isn't it? You're going to sound like you know what you're doing, right? People are going to trust you. They're going to think you're smarter than them, right? Because you can talk posh. And that's what they teach posh schools, people, man. You think these rich kids and all that going to posh schools are smarter than you? No, they're just being led a different way, right? But it's up to them to wake up. Well, they're just a slave. They might be a better paid slave, but they're going to lick arse their whole life, right? I promise you that. They're going to kiss arse their whole fucking life. Right, because everything's going to be about pats on the back and toys. There's the latest BMW as a company car. Well done. Simple as, don't be a fucking arse licker. Don't be a fucking coward. Stand the fuck up. Stop fucking allowing this shit to go down, right? Because I'm sick of it and I ain't fucking even paying all the crap you lot are paying, right? You fucking carry on paying your bills, people, right? That's where you stop them. Stop paying the corporations. Tell them you don't want their services. Why are you paying the government anything, right? Why are you paying corporate UNC or the council anything, right? We don't think we can work out something together if you get a whole road of you talking. Right, let's just fuck them off, right? We'll deal with our own fucking way. Let's see how great we can make it, right? It's got to start with people talking. That's how it's got to start, and you've got to be able to have the real conversations, yeah? You want to talk about fucking football and fucking TV and your greatest celebrities and just talk about the politics as the news tells you to, right? And just repeat the stories, then good luck, man. But you're fucked, I promise you that. Cheers, guys.